Good morning, one and all present here. As you all know, branding yourself is the most important thing right now. So, for that, we are having our brand strategist, who is none other than Miss Renu. For taking her interview, we are having an entrepreneur with us. You should be creating your own business. You should learn with her. She is an entrepreneur, she is a soft skills trainer, and of course, a mentor to many people. She is none other than Miss Richa. Stage is over to you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, Shubham, for the warm welcome and most welcome to our rock star. She is none other than the brand strategist. I'm sure today's demand is personal branding. What is your take on that, ma'am? Please share your views why personal branding is very relevant today.
Okay, now before I talk about personal branding, let me just give you a little backdrop to this, why personal branding is picking up so much. Because earlier, if you look at personal branding, the brands used to push, would be pushing their brands through using celebrities as a route, through kind of, so that gives a lot of credibility and relevance to the brand. And today, because the world is changing, so this was already predicted, but now looking at the current pandemic situation, the gig economy. What is a gig economy? Let me just explain that to you. So it is a project-based, uh, assignment-based work taken by professionals. Yeah, so the work is executed in a given time period. So compensation is given with respect to the deliverables. So the work can be done remote or on site. So the remote work ways are picking up now at a much faster pace than expected. So many new collar or white collar jobs are getting into the gigs economy. So I'll talk about the kind of jobs that are being generated today, so that today's generation can think of upgrading their skills to meet those requirements. And some of them might find something which they are passionate about as well. Yeah. So, okay, now if we really look at the way gig economy is rising, it's almost about 25 to 30% jobs are in the gigs economy. So for example, when I started my entrepreneurship venture, so I didn't know that I'm becoming a part of gigs economy. This was early 2000s. After I left my work with the AC Nielsen, I started getting into research projects and brand management projects with corporates within India, outside India. But today they are predicting by 2030, more than 60% of the workforce will be in the gigs economy scenario. So taking up entrepreneurship is, yes, a big challenge, but it is very, very exciting journey as well. Plus it gives you a lot of independence to explore, because job mein kya hota hai, we are morning till evening occupied, we hardly get any time and the work hours are very demanding. So here you can actually bring out the capability which is hidden within you. And each human being, especially the youth of today, is extremely highly capable, I feel. And if I talk about the possible options in the gigs economy, it's like PR, it's branding, it's content writing, it's marketing, it's business development, it's project management, it's virtual assistant, engineering and architecture, software development, data science and analytics is a area which is coming up in a very big way. So don't ignore that. If you have little taste and you like understanding data, so don't ignore that area of work, because that's got a big scope today. Accounting, consulting, automation, IT infrastructure, even administrative kind of jobs are being outsourced today. So a company which doesn't want to run its administrative structure, it or operational, things on day-to-day basis, they are also outsourced. I just know a friend who has been doing this with one of the Switzerland-based university. Even universities outside India are also outsourcing their administration. Okay, so if I talk about now moving on to what do we call it, the branding. So why branding is important? What is a brand, first of all? I know I can't ask anyone here. So brand is a guarantee of quality and an assurance of meeting the quality standard. Okay, so that is how the culture of brands came into the picture. Excuse me.
Okay, okay.
So if I, if we talk about, why does anybody work with us? Because the person has trust on us. He has the trust with us, and we meet the desired quality, at least the minimum quality. Trust is definitely greater all the time, 24/7. If a person trusts you, he will just pick up a phone and give you the work, work order, or select you. So to ensure that you have a quality or you are seen as a brand, there has to be something which is a unique about it. Okay, it could be your service, it could be the kind of product category, it could be which is recognized. For example, the moment I say MS Dhoni, so he's become a brand in himself. Virat Kohli, they're all becoming brands in themselves. Why that is happening? Because of the certain characteristics which are being carried out by them, which has resulted into a lot of credibility, trustworthiness, and they're seen in a certain aura. So develop that kind of an aura as far as personal branding of yours is concerned, if you're a service professional or of your product.
I think it
Please
has
remember.
become a necessity for everybody now. Whether you are there working as a retail person or you are there as a manager, it is becoming a necessity now, isn't it?
Yeah, there are two things here, Richa. One, you're talking about personal branding of yourself as a brand, and one, whatever you are serving, if you're a part of a gigs economy, as a product. Please remember, a consumer just needs a product but wants a brand. So if you show those characteristics which go for a brand, then that will result into higher satisfaction for consumers, better feelings with consumers. And always remember, feelings are something which people carry in their mind. So there are things which are it's like consumer love brands. So that is the kind of brand persona that we must create, which generates a lot of feelings, emotions, which it should not be just supplying a product or just meeting the standard. So we should create something which differentiates us from competitors, and which consumers get emotionally entangled, that
Yes.
whenever they think of a particular service, for example, even writing a content on something, so it is like Richa, being recalled. Or if they talk of branding, Renu is being recalled. If they talk of research, Renu is being recalled. Soft skills trainer, if you're into training industry, then a particular name gets associated. So this is how people are becoming famous worldwide, and that's how we should look at. Now, okay, if I talk about, product brands, for example, like if you talk of Indian products, let's talk, because Swadeshi is the movement and momentum today. Let's buy local things, and let's, kind of give more push to local products. For example, Amul, Khadi India, Haldiram, Dabur, Godrej, for example, Fruity. So these all brands have, why do we see them as brand? Because of the longevity factor, adaptability factor. They have a long-term vision and a strong legacy. Similar things, kind of flow down. If you want to be a personal brand, you should have a vision as to where do you want to reach, right? So brand is when people actually utilize your services or interact with you. So it is not only the all the branding elements that you have done, for example, okay, a right logo, a right communication stuff, a right way of presenting, your own self. But beyond that, it is branding plus experiences which make a brand. Okay, so through branding the brand, so through branding your own self, you will become better. You will have better reach to your target audience. You will have a higher
Definitely.
identity and a
Definitely.
visual
Okay.
appeal.
Even work ethics are equally important, isn't it?
Of course, ma'am. Work. If you talk about work ethics, yes, it is always important whether you become a personal brand or not. So
Yes.
you have to be seen somewhere responsible. But these are very general attributes, associations. But to go on a little different tangent, you have to go beyond the little basics. Okay, so there are two kind of factors. One is hygiene factor, that you meet all the basics, right? Okay, you are punctual, you're timely finishing of projects, understanding of a particular thing, and ability and capability to produce as per that. But what is it that will bring a wow factor, which is beyond that, the basics, that is beyond the hygiene factors? That is something that we must concentrate on. Where, and the wow factors are trust, 100% trust. Like, if I ask this person by 10 a.m. tomorrow, he has to reach my office, there is a trust factor because I have told my MD about it. That person will be there with the required documents, with the required proposition, with the required probably the products or whatever, and he will be serving. So the wow factor is the kind of experiences that we create in our interactions. Okay, so the kind of feelings that we generate, and the kind, we say that we have to be honest, but how honesty is being depicted. Okay, so we have to be a little careful and caution about that particular aspect. Okay,
Definitely.
now
What is the
yeah, if you
methodology you use?
yeah,
What is the
methodology. So,
methodology
yeah,
you
okay,
use mostly while dealing with the corporate clients mainly?
what is the methodology being used for? Okay, now this is a story. Okay, let me just present it as a story as to what is the purpose that you are going to meet a corporate. Okay, what are the kind of need states that you have understood that the corporate is looking at. So one, you do your preparation accordingly. Okay, so if the purpose is clear, the need states are clear, you are already done 50% or 60% of the job. Now you have to segment your target audience. Okay, whom are you meeting up? So the behavioral pattern and the understanding pattern would be different with the senior manager to the junior manager to the MD of the company. Okay, so if you know that whom you are serving, the segmentation is clear, your approach would be accordingly targeted. Now, how do you differentiate yourself with each interaction, especially with the senior most management? But please don't forget that it is the juniors who would be giving the push, because they are responsible for getting the job out, from you. Okay, so how do you differentiate yourself in terms of positioning? So this is differentiation that you create is called positioning out there. Now that would vary, for example. So it could be, that okay, how do we talk about positioning out here? Okay, I am the one who has an expertise in 3 areas, but I'm also capable of getting the other areas out if you're a content writer or if you're a graphic designer. So how are you positioning yourself? What is the kind of quality content that you can produce and why you are appreciated? Okay, so that positioning has to be thought through. Okay, then another point in this story of building a brand is that where are you competing? The kind of environment you are into. So if you
Definitely,
are with,
definitely. Even I would like to pitch in here, the kind
yeah,
of posts we have on social media,
yeah.
even that reflects a lot about what kind of person you are, what is the purpose, what is the objective, isn't it?
Okay, here I'll give you a little bit on the social media. Now, what happens in the social media, for example, the likes that you generate on a Facebook, on an Instagram, so that starts defining the people, who are following you, for example. So if there are more than 100 people at a young age you are following you, means that's a big thing. So how you are portraying yourself and how your presence is into Instagram, into LinkedIn, these are the areas of personal branding through the media today. So keep on, writing some either a blog, but then you have to be very clear what kind of target segment you are approaching through your blog. What is it that you want to talk about your product? You just can't, write hey, just being present on, or being present on the social media. So your roots have to be very, very clear. If the roots are clear, the tree is going to be beautiful. So if you have carved out that
Definitely.
long-term
I
vision
think
for
so. We
yourself.
have Shubham waiting from a long time. So let's hear Shubham first. Over to Shubham.
Yeah.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, you said that branding is like people will go for a brand, right? But there was a car, Tata Nano. It was like a superb car, just in a lakh rupees. But it was a flop, and it was released from Tata, a big brand. So, like, little
Hmm.
one or two reasons for that car to be a flop, which was a masterclass, and also, but still, it was a flop.
Hmm. Okay, now I want to ask you something. There are six features which go basically in building a successful brand. One is the relevance. Okay, किसके लिए थी वो? Now, अगर वो car, can you tell me for whom the car was relevant? Who
Uh,
was the right target audience for that?
Lower middle class.
So if it was lower middle class, we had to see their affordability and their need state. Their, cars like, for example, Eco था ना एक model Maruti का,
Yep, yep.
if I'm correct, which can accommodate about 8 people or 9 people, something
Yes,
like
ma'am.
that. So that got sold off pretty well because one, the lower middle class with the larger family size to an extent, needed a vehicle of a different kind. Now, relevance, and then what was unique about it, and what was its positioning, the sustainability of the brand, whether that was really thought out through Tatas. Then consistency in the brand in terms of, see, Maruti, anything comes out, sells like a hot cake, yeah. Hmm? They are able to cater to a certain segment very well. Yeah. So the consistency of the brand. Now, another thing is that why Maruti does so well because of the network. It has already done the groundwork of establishing its network on the entire map of India, right? So even if you go to jungles, whether you go to hills, the Maruti has its network in place. There is a repairability possibility out there. Then, yeah, and whether the brand was also seen little inspirational or not. Probably people prefer to buy an Alto over Tata Nano. Yeah, right? Am I
Ma'am.
right?
Yes, ma'am, you're very
Yeah,
much
do you
right.
believe that? Yeah,
Yes.
because of the belief in Maruti's performance, credibility, relevance, its unique network, and the sustainability over a long time period. Yeah, so these are certain factors which probably somewhere, if we really look at it, Nano had not kept it in mind. And performance wise, how was it rated? I don't have the data with me, but I'm not very clear if it was really a great rating. If you buy Maruti 10 years, you forget about it. And that's the mindset of many people,
Yes.
right? 7 to 8 years, there is no problem with the car itself. And the servicing the car itself is so cheap. So these are certain factors, which they should have kept in mind. And Nano was also not seen as very safe all the time. So safety, even though small cars don't offer that much safety, but still that's the way they're running on the Indian roads. And they trust, Hyundai, they trust, what do you call it, uh, Maruti out there. Whereas Tata Nano didn't really rate very high on the safety.
True,
So
ma'am.
there
True.
were, in terms of hygiene factors, it was not complete. So let's not talk about, higher order benefits in terms of wow factors. Yeah, so there were
True.
nothing great differentiators about it. Yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
so the hedonics, which would have given higher value. What are hedonics? Are those wow factors which would have given higher value? Like, because I've worked with Maruti or I've worked with automobile sector. So what I have realized that, people, for example, when they buy, they also look at certain differentiators. They look at certain higher value from a brand because that is a mental satisfier. So if you see more of, let's say, Toyota, or if you see more of Maruti on the roads, the confidence of buying it is very easy. And in
Definitely.
terms,
In fact,
yeah,
don't you believe that for Indian roads, the smaller cars are much better, isn't it?
there are many, the competition is very high if you really look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Thanks
have to
a
also,
lot, ma'am. You have been enlightening us on so many aspects. In fact, there are a lot of people who would like to connect with you. And I'm sure the thoughts and the views that you shared with us today is really going to help the youngsters. Thanks a lot for sparing your valuable time. Thanks a lot, Shubham. Thank you, ma'am. Stay
Thank you
connected,
so
ma'am.
much, Richa. Thank you so much, Shubham. And please don't forget the gig mindset as to how to evolve into that mindset, because that's the way of
Sure.
working tomorrow. In a large way, everybody may not be able to secure a job. So there is nothing to feel disappointed about it. Probably there are better opportunities that are waiting. And India is already wanting to create a lot of entrepreneurs, you know. So that's what the government has also been, emphasizing. Swadeshi movement, that is buy Indian, promote Indian, you know, local is vocal basically. So please don't
Definitely.
forget that. And
We
thank
will
you
keep
so
in
much,
mind.
Richa. Yeah,
Thanks
Richa.
a lot,
Thank you so
ma'am.
much.
Thank you,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.